UK broadcast team, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and sideline reporter Doris Burke. And now, State Farm presents the starting lineups, the 10 guys on the floor for the tip-off. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Kemba Walker?
Well, Kevin, his great ball handling ability puts a lot of pressure on the defense. He's able to break down defenders and get to wherever he wants on the floor, and that allows him the best angle to attack the defense.
But Steve, we've got to give him credit for his skill as a distributor too. I mean, he has a great feel for his teammates, and that leads to a lot of his assists and a lot of easy baskets for his team.
It'll be the Celtics off the tip. They set the pick. Inside, number 27. Count that one.
They get the first bucket of the game there.
And I think it's going to be a good one.
You know, when the Celtics were at their best during this recent era, they were probably the best defensive club in the entire NBA. But the team has changed. They've gotten smaller. They may be a little better offensively, but they're not really the defensive force they were a few years ago.
Just 4 to shoot. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Well, you look at the stats, and the Celtics were still great as far as opposing field goal percentage goes. And, you know, Steve, you were just talking about defense, but as Steve was just saying, Clark, they looked different to me.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, a lot of it is that they had just such solid physical and mental fiber, and they just seemed to lose a bit of that edge. Still a very good defensive team, but hard to call them the best anymore.
Yeah, their mental fabric remained intact.
Yes, it did.
And so Lowry nails both of them.
He's one of the best free throw shooters in the league, and this game, no different. He's making each trip to the line count.
And the pass to Walker. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Number 3. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Number 43. The shooter's good on the assist by Lowry. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Walker with it. Lowry picks him up. To the middle. The kick out to Brown. Takes the 3. Gets it to go. Brown's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, here's what the Celtics head coach had to say when we spoke just a few minutes ago. And he said a big factor in this game will be how well they're able to handle Kyle Lowry. He admitted being a fan of his game, saying he's a tough athletic guard who really competes. Defense, rebounding, attack the paint, he'll take it to you. We've got to be ready to match his motor and his aggressiveness. Kevin, are they up to it?
Thanks a lot, Doris.
The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't
yes,
you?
Sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me, that's what happened. He shifted the brain into neutral.
Yes, he did.
That was embarrassing.
That was a nice replay, brought to you by Sprite. Walker with it. Dishes to Brown. Back to Walker. And he slams it in one-handed.
And you really don't want to give up too many dunks like that. One is too many.
Oh, yeah, no, certainly you're right. You know, that's making it way too easy for sure.
Yeah, major breakdown defensively. They've got to tighten things up here.
And Toronto has possession. They trail by 3. The feed to Lowry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Boy, Gasol with a punishing pick that time.
The Celtics have gone 4-4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. And Gasol comes to help. Back to Walker. No good. And Toronto will go the other way with it. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Lowry a screen on Brown. The dish to Lowry. The three, no good. Walker with some nice D. The Celtics with the lead. Brown kicks to Walker. Zero. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. 6 points for him.
I like it. He could have gone for the forced finish, but opted instead for kind of the nice smooth finger roll. I like it.
To the inside. Number 23. And that one's good.
You know, Kevin, they were a step late on their defensive rotation, and that helped them get right to the rim.
To the paint. Brown dishes to Walker. Leads him in there. And he dunks it after the pick. Frees him up.
Oh, he's explosive, Kevin. I mean, a lot of time, all it takes is a basket or two to really get his motor running. And suddenly, he becomes almost impossible to handle.
And, you know, he's got another skill that you love to see in a play. The ability to create a high-quality shot for himself off the dribble.
The Celtics have gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running. 1:57 left to play here in the first. Shot clock at 6. 0. From outside, off the mark. Toronto trailing. Left side, Lowry. And good on the basket. Book it. Lowry's got 6.
3 straight buckets in the paint. They're making it look effortless.
Well, speaking of effortless, you'd like to see a little more out of the defense. So how about trying, guys?
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
I think he believes that if he takes some time here to kind of talk things over, it'll be well served for this club.
And, you know, maybe this gives him an opportunity to toy around with some of their game plan while he has their attention during this break in the action.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. And Boston has possession. They trail by 1. From outside the arc, Williams, that's good. Williams has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Outside, Davis. He feeds it to Johnson. Count the bucket.
Well, that makes 5 of their last 6 makes coming from inside.
Yeah, really focused on getting the ball into the paint because they're taking advantage of very porous defense down there.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Both teams deciding to change it up. The Celtics have gone 7 of 9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. The Celtics working the ball around now. The shot's good from Cantor.
Well, the lead just going back and forth here. We're seeing some really good basketball.
You know what, guys? I've lost track of how many times the lead has changed. I mean, it's obvious, though, it's been a good one, and neither side can pull away.
Now here's Johnson. Passes to Powell. 3-pointer, and that one's good. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck, how about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
And Boston has possession. The Raptors knocking down the tray. And the shot is good.
You know, they're just getting hammered inside and really need to find a way to be tougher down there. They got to be physical. They got to man up in there.
I agree. I mean, you look at the points they're giving up, most of them seem to be coming inside the paint.
Thomas kicks to Powell. Screen by Ibaka. Down low. 4 seconds left. That's good. Ibaka's got his first 2 points of the night.
Right out of the gate, just filling it up.
Both teams are, guys. I mean, points coming fast and furious.
And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. The Raptors out in front. They're up by 2. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
A good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. Clock at 6. Number 23. Tries again. Here's Boucher and blocked. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kevin Durant, a tremendously confident scorer, and as the game slows down for him, he's learning to approach the big moments of the game with greater calm. He said, "My first few years in the league, we'd be tied with a couple of seconds left, and I'd go to the bench and I'd be shaky. I was so anxious to want the shot and make the shot, and I'd go out and miss. This year I was like, I don't care. If I make it, cool. If I miss it, learn from it. Guys, part of wanting those big shots is being able to live with the results."
Well, you like his chances almost every time he puts it up. Thanks, Doris. Number 43. He's guarded by Williams. Number 43 cashes in off the spry spin to the middle.
That's 4 of their last 5 buckets now coming in the paint area.
And they're in attack mode right now, barreling in there with bad man intentions.
Up top, Brown. Back to Williams. Left side, Walker. Right side, Williams. Here's Brown. Good, he hits the jump shot. Brown's got 5 now.
You're going to have a heck of a time finding any flaws in his approach to the game offensively.
Number 43, he's guarded by Williams. Number 4, great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. Boston trailing. To the paint, number 4.
Always some entertainment value when you go with the windmill jam.
Yeah, rim shaker and Steve a wrist breaker.
Outrageous, man.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Sprite. Good stuff. Gasol screen. Lets it go with a 3. Kept alive. Number 4. And the running layup is good. And the Raptors lead by 2.
Nice putback. That's why you want guys working hard on the boards at both ends of the floor.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Number 36 is guarded by Davis. Here's Walker. Rebound by the Raptors.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Number 4, no luck. Now the Celtics take it the other way. And Walker kicks to Brown. Williams sends a screen for Brown. Pass to Williams. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already.
Number 44.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
So both teams changing it up here. Good on both. The Raptors have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Thomas kicks to Johnson.
Now we'll see what happens here. You got to be aware that's your second foul. The question is, do you keep him on the floor or not?
And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws. The Raptors shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. And that one falls for Johnson. The Celtics making a switch here. Cantor's checked in. And the Raptors making a change here. And both free throws good for Johnson. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. He dishes it to Cantor. Shot clock at 5. They set the pick. Number 9. And it's blocked by Ibaka. Feeds to Brown. Kicks it to Johnson. Number 23. An absolute bomb from three-point range. He has 7.
Big mistake not having more defensive pressure on him out there.
He kicks it to Cantor. Cannot hit.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Number 23. Good off the drop step. And the Raptors lead by 7.
Nice touch near the hoop.
.152 left to play here in the second quarter. There's the pass to Cantor. Johnson on him. Knocked away. Out of bounds. Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. So both teams making some changes here. Here's Walker. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Powell, the pass to Ibaka. Number 3. And again, it's Toronto converting.
And even though they're down, I like the way they're getting the ball inside. I mean, they're playing smash-mouth basketball right now. And you've got to think it's going to create some foul opportunities for them.
And the Raptors making a change here.
You know, and I think it goes without saying, guys, but his strength and body control scoring in close, that's what makes him special. You can see it with the shooting percentages inside. I mean, he's a tremendous finisher.
And he is a persistent defender too, Steve. I mean, even if he gets caught behind on the break, he'll bust his behind to get back into the play and maybe come up with a block at the last second.
Brown is checked in for Williams. And the Raptors making a change here. .115 left in the first half of basketball. And the basket good.
He may not be their top three-point option, guys, but you still got to cover him. I mean, you got to defend him in some form or fashion.
There's a good screen. From 8, buries the jump shot. He has 6. Celtics trail by 9. Inside, number 44. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Number 44 will be at the line shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Marc Gasol is checked in for the Raptors. Lowry comes in for Davis. And so he hits both.
They've done a good job of seeking contact here in the second.
And getting whistles as a result. You know, the aggressive team usually gets the benefit of the doubt, Clark, and that's what's happening right now.
Outside Gasol. 32 seconds left in the first half. 6 on the shot clock. Can't get it to go. Now Boston takes it the other way. Number 36. Boston again missing. Raptors leading by 7.
Good idea. Hold on to the ball. Take the last shot of the quarter.
Yep.
Back to Lowry. Shoots over Walker. And Lowry gets it to go. Lowry's got 8 points. 7 seconds left to play here in the half. Outside, Walker. Shoots the 3. And he beat the buzzer. But it's no good. That'll do it for the first half. Raptors lead by 9. Folks, stick around here at halftime for the halftime show at Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
Now, presented by Sprint.
You've got it on 2K Sports. Let's look at what went on in the first half. An impressive start for the Raptors. They've been having their way inside. A huge lead when it comes to points in the paint, making it very hard to defend against them. Kyle Lowry scoring with ease against Boston. He's got 8 points, and he's made some key plays in the assist department, too. And still in it, the Celtics hanging around. They'd like to forget that first half. Coach has not been happy with what he's seen out there, and they'll likely come out with major adjustments. Kemba Walker struggling a bit early on. His shot isn't falling. He's been ice cold. That'll be all for us here at the studios as we head back to the start of the third quarter with Kevin, Steve, Clark, and Doris. Thanks so much for joining me.
And now the third quarter about to get going. Raptors with the lead. Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for Boston. There's the pick. Lowry drives in. Just 5 to shoot. Blocked. Dishes it to Brown. And it's Kyle Lowry with the rebound.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
Raptors leading by 9. Gasol screen. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. There's the bucket. Good.
Offensively, just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
Back to Brown. Celtics passing it around. Outside, Walker. 6 to shoot. Fires the 3. And that one's good. 13 points in the game.
It's been a great day for him from the field, but his team still trailing.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Yeah, he definitely saw some things that were not working for them out there, and now he's going to make some adjustments.
I'm not sure what it was, but he clearly wanted something to change out there.
Let's get it going for your Celtics dancer.
Walker against Lowry. Number 43. He's covered by Brown. Back to Lowry. Just 2 to shoot. Number 43. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his first personal foul.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Number 43. Taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Toronto. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
You know, for a big man, he really stripes those free throws.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
You know, he just isn't pleased at all with the looks they've given up defensively inside. So I think this timeout is all about trying to get his group to tighten up defensively.
I think they've got to figure out a way to tighten things up a bit. They just don't look very sharp to me on the defensive side.
That's tipped. The feed now to Lowry. Number 3, guarded by Walker. Back to Lowry. 6 on the shot clock. From downtown. That's good. Lowry's got 11 points.
Good start for this offense. They're shooting 3 of 4 now from the field, so offense in a good groove.
Boy, the Raptors had a bumpy trip of it last year. I mean, in large part because they just couldn't get the points they needed away from home. Struggled on the road as a team. He's short for the center position, but he makes up for it with tremendous leaping ability.
Number 43 takes it up for the stuff.
You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him.
Celtics trail by 13. You're right, Clark. Going back to the Raptors on the road, they finished in the bottom 3 in points scored when they were away from the Air Canada Center up in Toronto, Steve. They've got to do better when away.
Yeah, under 90 points a game for them on the road. And, you know, it was an interesting season for Toronto under Dwayne Casey. They made defense a priority. And sometimes when you focus so much on defense, your offense suffers, and you kind of struggle to find that balance that you need. But I do believe Toronto is heading in the right direction.
Ibaka, no luck.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
To the inside, 0. Gets it to go. 17 points in the game.
You know, he's yet to miss in the quarter. Flawless efficiency from the field. I like it.
Number 43. Another shot. That's good. And the Raptors lead by 11.
They have no answer for him. He's just putting on a dominant display of offense.
Outside, Walker. Celtics passing it around. Here's the 3. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Raptors leading by 11. Outside Lowry. And the Raptors tack on 2 more.
Man, they have a huge advantage in points in the paint. Look at that.
Oh, and this defense is getting pushed around a bit too much for my liking. They're just not competing at a high enough level here.
Brown right side. Easy shot. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Ibaka's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Outside Lowry. 1:49 left to play here in the third. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
I'll tell you, it had been some time coming. But really last year, the dominant core that the Celtics had been built around started to show their age at times.
And he makes the first. And the Celtics, Steve, as you mentioned, they seem to realize that their window was closing as the team got older. And Clark, there is some age on there, and hopefully they can navigate that and play a few more years together.
Yep. Well, at the trade deadline, they explored a lot of options to maybe try to get younger to bring some youth in, but they decided to stick with it. Had a strong playoffs, and now a new-look roster. Some new pieces, but still equipped to compete. Wow, what a turnaround from the line this half. Not one foul shot missed yet.
Well, when you have the lead and you're trying to close out games, you've got to make free throws, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
He just is not happy with how his team is executing. And they've been on the wrong side of this run. It's time for a momentum shift.
You know, sometimes just getting off the court, taking a break, and coming back out fresh will give you a chance to pull together.
The dish to Cantor. He feeds it to Williams. He passes to Cantor. Sinks that one from the post. Cantor's got his second basket.
Great move to get to the bucket and lay that one in. He's got the softest touch around the basket. Impressive.
Here's Davis. That one goes. Count it. And the Raptors lead by 15.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Number 45. Off target with his three.
This is a nice lead they've built. Very good job controlling the glass this game.
You've got to be pleased as a coach to see how your team is boxed out. Very fundamentally sound basketball.
And Davis puts it in.
Man, offensive execution has been the story here. Just playing beautiful basketball.
And guys, you can see it in their advantage in field goal percentage. I mean, you get high quality shots, you're usually going to shoot well. They're playing outstanding basketball.
Number 9 is guarded by Davis. And a miss there on the triple. Powell dishes to Davis. The second chance bucket is good.
Well, that's what he does. He's going to fight and battle on the offensive glass all night.
Number 9. That misses, would have kind of had it gone in. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's the Raptors up 19. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up, and we're going to send it over to Doris Burke for the Sprite Uncontainable Game segment. Doris?
And Kevin, for that great stretch the Raptors put together, they get the Uncontainable Game Award. Things really opened up for them in the second period, and they were able to strike while the iron was hot. Very strong effort from the whole team this game.
Okay, Doris, thanks. That scoring run, guys, was pretty key in this game so far, don't you think?
Yeah, very much so, Kevin. I mean, that was like a runaway train there for a while. No stopping them. That really blew the game open.
Well, you bet it did. I mean, when you've got one team in such terrific offensive rhythm and the other guys on their back feet, tentative, hesitant, it almost always leads to runs like that.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Clock at 6. Number 36. The shot, no good. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way.
They have a nice lead here and have really controlled the glass for the majority of the game. Kudos to them for their strong effort on the backboard.
Yeah, and they're sending a message too, Clark. They're really coming out and playing a very physical game here.
Lowry brings the double. Back to Walker. The Celtics working the ball around now. 0. Lowry covering. 0. Good on the three-point shot. He's got 20.
You can really see that his confidence is at a high level here in this half. He didn't have a 3 in the first.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Outside Lowry. Lets the 3 fly. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Great action. Back-to-back three-pointers at either end.
Sort of an anything you can do, I can do better situation going on right here, guys.
Number 27, defended by Ibaka. Number 36. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Raptors leading by 19. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone.
Oh, man, that was unreal.
Mark it up. I tell you what, you need to archive that one for the highlight tape.
Oh, yeah, that is a keeper. You're correct.
Man, that was incredible.
Yes.
And those plays will give your team a huge boost.
The Raptors making a switch here. Cantor's checked in.
Well, it was a struggle last year for the Raptors against the rest of the Eastern Conference, and that's something that they have to improve upon. I mean, if you're going to be a factor in your own conference, you've got to start beating the teams that you play on a more regular basis.
Number 36.
Here's Lowry. Outside Gasol. To the middle. Outside for Lowry. Launches a three. Can't hit. Celtics trail by 19. Zero. And he makes good on the layup. He's got 22.
And he will take the ball right into the teeth of the defense.
The Raptors have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And 15 and 33 for the Raptors against the East last year. Third worst in conference record in the East, Clark. And that is not a good mark.
No, it isn't. And they had to deal with some injuries, but they also have to be able to put up more wins than they did, or I think they'll continue to be fighting for a spot in the bottom of the standings in the East. Protect your home court. That's the first step in becoming a playoff team. Boston is a team that fell from the elite of the East back to the middle of the pack last year. It wasn't because of their play at home, though, where they were still tough in front of the Celtics faithful.
That free throw good from Brown. And the Celtics really do seem to feed off the energy here in this arena. You see all the banners hanging above us. And, you know, Steve, you can't help but be inspired if you come here as a fan or if you play for them as a member of the team.
Yeah, no question. Boston is one of the great venues in the league because of the history of the Celtics franchise. And obviously, you know, that matters to Boston. And 24-9 at home last year, they were able to take advantage of that home court. That's why they were able to hold on to that division title.
Gasol screen. Left side, Davis. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And the Raptors making a change here. And Toronto has possession. 22 is their biggest lead. Good.
That's more like it. That's 9 points for him coming off three-pointers in this half.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Passes it to Cantor. He's up against Gasol. Just 5 on the clock. The shot's good from Cantor. Raptors leading by 17. Back to Gasol. Pass to Lowry. The tray. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Another open look hits bottom from outside.
Yeah, and that's 3 of their last 5 makes from beyond the arc.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
The Atlantic Division overall was really a division with a lot of parity. No team really dominated any other in the division, and the Raptors actually were able to hold their own too.
Number 36. And again, Boston with the triple. Back to the Raptors, even though they finished second to last in the division. They were 7-8 against other teams, Steve.
Well, I guess when you look at the division as a whole, really was not very strong. And I think that's why that number for Toronto was a respectable, just 1 game under 500. This year will be a little tougher. The division's getting stronger, and we'll see how they fare.
Celtics trail by 17. Back to Walker. Beyond the arc. Good.
That's 4 of their last 5 coming from long range. This offense is cooking.
Yeah, it's rolling, really rolling. And defensively, they kept the Raptors, Steve, and leaving them open. So now they're in trouble. They're in a real dilemma now.
Toronto calls timeout.
And Boston has really kind of set the bar in the Eastern Conference over the last 5 or 6 years. Not quite as effective last year, but they did fare pretty well against their Eastern Conference opponents.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message the Raptors coach was giving to his team. It was a pretty upbeat huddle. He said, "I'll bet they won't take us lightly next time, guys." Clearly, he was aware of their underdog status coming into this basketball game, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Number 43. Blocked. And that one's good. The Celtics have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. He dishes it to Walker. Over Lowry. Offensive rebound. And Kenner throws it down.
Step aside, step aside. We've got the big fella coming through.
That is a powerful brand of basketball right there.
Man, an amazing putback. You just love the effort from this guy.
In Boston against the East, it was a big part of why they were able to stay in the hunt. 32-16 on the season interconference.
Like every other playoff team in the East, they were able to have a winning record against every Eastern division, but they really took it to the Southeast, which is surprising as that was the toughest division.
Outside, Walker for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
That's 9 straight points coming off 3 3-pointers. The defense just getting shelled.
Steve, the threes are killing them. I think they've got to find a way to chase them off the three-point line.
51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Number 43. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
It's been 4 years now and counting for the Raptors since they made the playoffs. Overall, the franchise found their way into the playoffs early, but it's been hard getting back there recently.
First free throw is good. And with so many stars coming and going, Bosh and Tracy McGrady, it seems each time, Steve, that Toronto gets a team that can make the playoffs, they lose their centerpiece.
Yeah, that's going to be important in the future. Can they hang on to their players? It's one of the reasons I think they've gone with a more European feel to their club. It's an international city, Toronto is, and I think the franchise feels like if they draft European players, they're more likely to be able to hang on to them than they would be the American stars.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're down by 15. 46 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Johnson, he's checked in for Toronto. .46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Feeds it to Walker. Here's the triple. And Kenner throws it down. Here's Thomas. Kicks to Lowry. Johnson outside. Johnson off the pick from Lowry. Jacks up a 3. Gets the bucket. And the Raptors lead by 16.
And that one should remove all doubt about the outcome of this game. This thing's over.
Now it's just a matter of what the winning margin is going to be.
At the line for the Celtics, Kemba Walker. Will be the line shooting.
And that one falls for Walker. And so Walker nails both of them. Now Gasol. Thomas kicks to Gasol. Now here's Lowry. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
Thanks for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Doris Burke, Steve